Welcome to a new cozy sketchbook session. In today's video, I am going to be filling a spread in my black sketchbook with some fall-themed oil paintings. I'm starting out by applying a layer of clear gesso to the pages and then sanding them down so that they're nice and smooth. Then I can get started on sketching, and for this I am using a white watercolor pencil. This first sketch here is of my dog Xena. I loved this pose of her just staring straight ahead. And then on top of that, I decided to do a pumpkin. This is from a photo of the pumpkin that I carved last year for Halloween. I thought it was a cute design to add to this spread. Then I did a little leaf. And now moving on to the other page, I am doing a sketch of my other dog, Bella, all wrapped up cozy in a little blanket. And to finish off the spread, I found this photo on a copyright-free site of a hand holding a leaf, so I decided that would be a perfect addition to this fall-themed page, even though I know we are now moving into winter, definitely. This spread is a little late, but better late than never. Have to finish the spread off with a cute little "Happy Fall, y'all" saying to fill in this little empty space. Getting started on this first painting of the pumpkin. For these quick painting sketches, since they're done in one layer, I like to focus in most of the time on just blocking in the main colors. And then I can go back in as I go and add in some more details. I find these little paintings that are done a lot quicker to be really helpful overall for my oil painting practice, because I learn a lot. Since I'm doing them so much quicker than my bigger or more detailed oil paintings that are more finished, I figure out different ways to either blend colors or find ways to shorten the process so that I can quicken things up in those bigger pieces. It's fun to just experiment with different new techniques, different ways of blending, like I said, or just having fun with not having to worry about adding in all the little details, every single ridge, getting it perfectly exact to the photo. I can have, again, more fun and just create cute little paintings in a different style that's not as hyper realistic. Then I just moved on to this quick little leaf. This one was definitely very quick to do. It was fun just doing a bunch of different colors and blending them together for the base, and then I was able to go in over top, do the little light outline that it had on the edges of the leaf, and then do the little veins. And I also did some little splattering to get those little specks that are on the leaf. Moving on to my first dog of the spread, Xena. I always have so much fun painting either my dogs or other animals in my sketchbook like this because I am able to just quickly block in the colors, get the form down with the different values and shades of the colors, focusing more on that instead of all of the little hairs. With these, it's easier to just get the bigger shapes down and have more fun with finding those specific shapes that, say, make up the ear or the nose. And I don't always blend everything as much as I would in a bigger painting, which makes it, again, more fun, quicker, and a different kind of style than what I'm used to in my other paintings. I feel like with these quick sketchbook paintings, I'm able to get more of just the vibe of what I'm painting down. These paintings are a lot more loose than I'm used to. They help me feel a lot more free to just do whatever I want with the paint and not worry if it doesn't look exactly like the photo. It's cool seeing how much I'm able to accomplish in just one layer of paint, since I'm so used to doing multiple layers. Obviously, more layers means being able to get in more depth with more heightened shadows, brighter highlights. But with these, it's kind of more of a lesson in just getting it down quickly so that I'm not hyper focused on all of the details. I also like with these how I'm able to play around with the amount of detail that I add to certain sections. Not everything in every painting, even more finished, more detailed paintings need to be rendered to completion in every single area of the piece. Sometimes paintings can be more engaging if they have only that one area that's highly rendered that your eyes can be drawn to, and then the rest of it might not be in as much of focus, not as detailed, and it just makes for a more interesting piece. So I'm able to play around with that a lot more in these faster paintings. So for this little piece of Xena, I definitely tried to add more details into the nose, the eyes, and the muzzle area. I got in all of those little highlights on the nose, some of those more defining white hairs that are on the muzzle. Then I was able to just mostly block in the neck. I didn't really worry too much about it that much since I knew, again, it wasn't the main focus, but I did add in those little whiskers and then quickly blocked in the rest of the shoulders and the collar. It was fun playing around with this collar because I tried to add as little detail as possible since I knew it wasn't the main focus, but I also wanted to add it just so that she wasn't a floating head on the page. It kind of just grounds her and adds in that little touch where your brain's still able to connect that it's a collar, but once you look closer you can see it's mostly just shapes that make it seem more detailed than it actually is. I just did this quick little painting of this apple. This is from one of my own reference photos of an apple that I took. I really liked it because of all the different shades of reds and oranges that were in the apple and the little leaf, which made it a little bit more exciting to paint than just a round apple. This one kind of goes back to basics with making that round ball shape, trying to give it that 3D form. You just have to play around with the shadows and highlights, putting them in the right spot to make it look real. I couldn't not paint this picture of my dog Bella that I had all wrapped up in a blanket. She just looks so cozy, so sweet. This is again another example of how I'm just blocking in those big color shapes. Since it's a small painting, a quick painting, I don't have to worry about painting in all of her little hairs. Since her fur is so many different colors and shades of brown, tan, orange, I can just focus on the big blocks of color instead, and it still all comes together and looks like her in the end. This actually helps in practicing with creating the form of an object or animal in this case. This can be helpful for bigger paintings, for the base of the painting, before I then go in the next layers to add in all of the extra details. Even though in the photo the blanket was more of a tan color, I decided to make it a more peach pink color to tie in with the whole spread, bring it all together. Even for these quick paintings, I tend to use a lot of different brushes so that I can have each brush a different color. That way I don't have to worry about muddying up my colors, and I can quickly move from color to color without also having to clean my brushes in between. This just makes the process so much quicker and easier as well. Then I just painted over top of the little "Happy Fall, y'all" saying. I like doing little sayings or quotes, things like that in my spreads, instead of just having a bunch of pictures. Makes them a little more interesting and more cohesive, along with making sure I include the colors from different parts of the image. So I have the green, kind of ties in with the leaf of the apple, and then the orange for the pumpkin, and the pink from the blanket and the collar. And then for the last painting on this page, just blocking in this hand, not really worrying about all of the little wrinkles and things like that, just mostly getting in the base colors so that it reads as a hand. Hands are also good to practice doing quicker. I should definitely do more of these little studies and paint. Now we just have the orange yellow maple leaf. I don't think I've painted very many leaves, so this was good to learn from too. It was fun experimenting and learning how to get in the different veins without them being too intense, just having them be subtly there so that it does look more realistic instead of like a cartoon. I finished it with the same technique as the other leaf, where I used my brush and splattered some paint on it for the little freckly bits of the leaf. Just putting the finishing touches on this leaf, and also just fixing the bottom of the pumpkin so that it goes behind Xena's head. And I also decided to add in a little mango sticker that I had, just to cover up a little rip that I had from sanding the paper. Then I just added in a little 2024 with some more splatter to fill in this little blank space in the middle of the spread. And lastly, finished it off with the date that I completed it, November 23rd, 2024. And that is the final spread complete. Here it is all done, along with some close-up details of each of the paintings. I really hope you enjoyed this little cozy paint with me session in my sketchbook. Please like the video and let me know if you'd like to see more like this in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!